And I'm Derek. Welcome to Men of the Den, and this is Monday.
Fuck me!
Don't swear on camera. Hi there, everybody. Welcome to another week here on the Den. I do apologize for the lighting, but I'm lazy and I don't feel like setting up right now. Anyways, so this week we are doing the Great Bear Bake Off, where the boys are going to show you some of their best baked goods. Some of us are just not bakers, like me and Greg. I bake here and there, but I would not consider myself a good baker at all. Greg is too involved in Destiny right now to talk. So here we go. Here's me making orange zucchini bread and Greg making diabetic-friendly apple crisp. Alright everybody, so this week is the Great Bear Bake Off, where each of the boys are going to be baking their best goods. I'm going to be giving you my zucchini orange bread. It's been a staple of mine. It's one of the first things I've ever baked. I don't think I've ever made it for Greg before. Have I?
No, you haven't.
Well, he's going to enjoy it, I hope. For this recipe, you will need about 2 zucchinis, enough to grate 2 cups. 1 orange, but you're just going to have to get the zest. You don't need anything else. So just about 1 tablespoon of zest. We will use about 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 3 eggs, 1 cup of oil, as well as 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And lastly, about 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon baking soda, teaspoon of salt, 2 cups of sugar, teaspoon of nutmeg, half teaspoon of cinnamon, and you get some hot cocoa for comfort as well. And it's tasty. And Bowie. So, first step everything is just kind of prepping everything. Busy zesting the oranges right now. So, like I said, you need about a tablespoon worth of that. If you're not familiar with zesting, basically you're just taking the rind right off the skin. So you just take a zester, yes, apply pressure and pull back.
That sounds like a familiar scenario.
You shut it. So the zucchini needs to be grated so you can get all those lovely little green spots that are spread out throughout the bread. Really just to get all kinds of flour on you. And it turns out it was only 1 giant zucchini turned into all of that. So that's really all you need. It was just 2 cups worth of that. So right now I'm putting my flour, baking soda, baking sugar, baking powder, and other powdery ingredients together. We're going to sift it all together, and then we're going to combine everything from there. So the next part of it is kind of making the mixture. Everything, we've already sifted all the baking powder, soda, salt, sugar, not sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg. That is really up close. So what we're doing now is we're basically mixing up the eggs, making sure that they're making sure they're light and fluffy. Then after this, we're going to add the sugar, make sure everything is well blended before we mix everything together. Blending a bit of the last ingredient, so we need 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Again, 1 cup of oil. Then we also throw in our zucchini and the orange rinds. Then, after this is all mixed, we're going to blend everything else in together and we'll be ready to bake. So this should yield enough to do 2 of these pans full. Should look like that. It's all delicious and Greg can't wait to lick the bowl, among other things. Anyways, 350 degrees, goes in the oven for about 50 minutes. Alright, so it's time to take this out of the oven. While you take a look at me in my pants. There we go, all done.
Yay!
Alright, so you can also throw in some other things. You can throw in some walnuts, as well as chocolate chips in there, or anything else you'd like to make it sweeter. Where the one that's behind the camera is diabetic, so since there's enough sugar in there already I took out the chocolate chips. Alright, and Greg's going to show you what he's going to cook next.
So I decided to do a diabetic-friendly recipe for a dessert. So we're going to do a diabetic-friendly apple crisp. The first thing you'll need is a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. You also need a 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, a 1/2 cup of steel-cut or rolled oats, 2 tablespoons of margarine, a teaspoon of your favorite stripper cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and 5 cups of apples. And last but not least, a half teaspoon of nutmeg. First part of the recipe just basically calls for you to combine all of the ingredients with the exception of the apples and put it together with a fork.
Yep, you want to make sure it's nice and looks like nice and crumbly afterwards.
Yes, sir. So the next thing you need to do is grease your pan. Now you could use any old shortening, or you could use Crisco, because I know some of you have that in your nightstand. I won't mention any names.
So next you put the apples.
A layer of apples.
You take the pan. You take the apples. Apple pan. Just put the apples in the goddamn pan.
Okay. Apple pan. Yeah. I don't know. Betty decided that she wanted to help me cook.
We discovered that she just fucking loves apples. All right.
Oh my.
So the next step?
Hold on, let me get this cat off my shoulder.
There
Thank
we
you.
go.
Alright. Wow. Okay, so now we're combining this mixture on top, apparently. Am I right?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Make sure it's even.
Even Steven.
Even Steven.
Oh shit.
Well, as long as it didn't go into the element, we're okay.
Alright.
All right, so mix it around. Make sure it's even. All right.
Looks good.
Right. Then, oven to 375. Put it in for about half an hour.
Okie dokie, then we will do that. And now for the finished product.
Ooh,
With Will,
they
Spencer,
say.
and Evan looking on.
They are excited. So there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. While Greg's busy enthralled in Destiny, I'm just going to eat his dessert right in front of him. You didn't have to make it diabetic friendly after all, Greg.
That's clean.
Yeah. Anyways, Greg wanted to give a shout out to the website we found the recipe on. It was found on diabetes.org, which has a lot of great diabetic friendly recipes that don't necessarily all mean a shit ton of Splenda, because that gets really expensive. So this is a really nice substitute for that. And I found the recipe for the zucchini bread as well. Even though it has 2 cups of sugar, it was still found when I did a search for diabetes-friendly recipes. Anyways, that's it for this week, guys. Again, like, share, subscribe, and join Greg on Destiny sometime. He has a team called Party City Showgirls. They could use more members. Join them. Bye.